Hello there, everyone. We are the Gratitude Girls.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hi, Laurie. How are you?
I am amazing. How are you?
Good. I'm really good. And I'm really excited about what we're going to talk about tonight. I'm really more excited to listen to what you have to say because you're going to be sharing something with us tonight that everybody needs to do. And I'll add to that. So I'm happy to be here because we need to do things for ourselves, right, Laurie?
Right. Absolutely. Yes. A lot of times, especially women, we are nurturers by nature. And so we tend to do so many things for so many other people. And then a lot of times we kind of forget ourselves sometimes.
And we're so good at multitasking, right? We're so good at doing so many things. I mean, maybe it's not a woman thing, but let's talk about you and I. For sure, I know we are great at taking on a lot and saying, yes, I can do that. And sure, I can do that. Ask a busy person to do something and they'll fit it in. It's not too difficult. And then there comes a time where you have to say, do I have any more time left? Is this the best use of my time? Am I wasting my time? And am I being effective? Because I was going to say, an effective leader, we know what we need to be doing. But tonight's subject is all about nurturing. So, what are we going to call tonight's show?
Yeah, so when we were talking about it, we kind of threw different words back and forth and just, something that kind of touched me. You said recharge, and you said benefits, and then it just hit me soul, like whole being, like your whole aura, your whole ambiance, everything, not just you, not just your business, but just the whole part, right? And so that's how we came up with the title, The Benefits of Recharging Your Soul.
I love how we do this together, Laurie. It's amazing. We can just pull things out of the air, some from our heads, and we put it together. It's like, yes, and we're living that, right? The authenticity of what we're doing. So it's not just about our schedule, right? It's not just about what is the benefit of filling your schedule? What is the benefit? The benefit of recharging your soul. Can you share with us what that means? Like you recently just took an awesome trip. Is that one of the ways to recharge our soul?
That is definitely one of the ways to recharge our soul. So, yeah, absolutely. I teach, coach, and train in business. For people like time management, productivity management, because you can't really manage time, right? It's already there and set. But your productivity management, and I teach turn off all notifications because those so many notifications can be distractions, right? So even texting, I don't have texting on my phone. And so, yes, people can text me, but if I'm in a meeting, if I'm doing something, my phone doesn't beep, my phone doesn't vibrate, nothing flashes on my phone, nothing. The only notification I have is my calendar and my timer because those things keep me on time and on pace for what I need to do. But I don't have emails pop, I don't have texting pop, I don't have Facebook pop, I don't have Instagram pop. I have all those things and I love all those things as much as anybody else, but there's a time and a place for them and I put those in my schedule as such. But with that, there's also such a needed time to completely unplug and put everything away. And so that's what I did actually last week for 8 days. So I decided to do something fun for my birthday this year, and I took a girls' trip. So got 5 other of my great friends and business partners. Some of them are clients, some of them are just friends, and some are both. And so, but we just kind of got together and decided to do a cruise. And so we went to Tampa. We flew to Tampa and we did some things that day there. And then we hopped on a ship and we had a day at sea and then a day in Key West, then another day at sea, then a day in Cozumel, and then another day at sea. And then we came back to Tampa. So it was just fun and amazing and completely unplugged. And so I did do the Wi-Fi on board so I could post lots of pictures and things like that to keep up with everybody, because lots of people told me before I left, hey, I want to see pictures of while you're on your trip. Don't wait till you get back, you know, and stuff like that. So I tried to keep people updated as I went along rather than posting 100 pictures at one time. But now you can go through and see 100 pictures on 50 different posts all through my profile on Facebook and Instagram if you follow me. So that's awesome. But I love, you know, I am a picture fanatic, but I love capturing memories, right? And that's what this was capturing memories with good friends. And that was it. It was completely unplugging. I did not check emails for 8 days. I didn't have phone calls for 8 days. I didn't do anything with business at all for 8 days. And it just, you know, and sometimes, and in the past, I've done that. I've been there. You know I'm a workaholic. I am very much saying yes to so many things and then getting overwhelmed and overworked. But I still try to make it because we can be, you know, super mom, super woman, super businesswoman. We can do anything, right? And but that's it. If we don't watch it, then we can be overwhelmed and we can get burnt out, right? And so it is so important to do that. And I really honestly just started doing that, like really for real, this year. So I did it a couple months ago, the last week of June, when my family vacation, we always take the last week of June with my children and we go away somewhere. And I did it that week. And I have decided this year that I'm going to do that for a week, once a quarter. And so then this quarter was my birthday week. And so, yeah, and it has made a huge difference in my personal life, in my well-being, and in my business life by actually disconnecting and having that refresher and like we said, just recharging my soul, you know. And so many people think, and I really thought it the first time too, oh my goodness, when we went last June, the first time that I did it, and I thought, oh, I'm just going to log in real quick and at least delete the email spam, right? Because being gone for a week and just the emails of just deleting all the spam, you know, can be overwhelming. And I decided not to. And, you know, and it is what it is. And yes, it was a little bit more when I got back to catch up, but it wasn't near what I thought it would be. And just the unplugging and recharging my soul completely and, you know, fully, because a lot of people do it, but they don't really do it. Like I've said, I've did it a lot before, but I didn't really do it because I would still sneak and, you know, check a few emails, check a few texts, you know, check a few Facebook posts, you know, whatever, you know, and I didn't really do it. And so these last 2 times I have really done it, and I've seen the difference in me, how I feel when I come back. And I've also seen it where I'm more productive when I come back because I've taken that time to fully recharge.
That's really important information. You know, it kind of reminds me, like right now we're on our show, we're doing a training. If you're tuning in for the first time, Laurie and I are training whatever business you're in. This information applies, and we'll talk a little bit more about ours, but we're doing something right now. So we basically are not responding to anything else. So for all intents and purposes, you know, we're busy or unavailable. We're not doing all those other things. But with talking about the benefit or the benefits of recharging our soul, like you said, there are so many things that we can do. So you took yourself and you removed yourself and you took a trip, and that's so important to do. It's really important. Some people, you know, can get away once a year, and some people can't, and some people choose not to. But I love what you said, that you'll do that once every quarter. I'll share some of the things that I do to the benefits to recharge my soul. So I like to look at the daily, you know, behavior modification, because I didn't take a holiday personal for a really long time. Like I too am a workaholic, and I use that as my, I just love what I do, and I do, but they're habits, right? Some of them are really good, and some of them are like, I'm the only one working most of the time. I'm like, where is everybody? Oh yeah, it's Friday night. Okay, so it's a Saturday morning, and I'm thinking, but what, there are other people all over the world that work the hours that I do. So what I started to do about a year ago is I joined Moksha Yoga. And I started doing these 30-day challenges because I couldn't just go. Like, I had to know I was going to go for 30 days. So we did 90 days every day for 90 days. And so I started to learn. And when you take a yoga class, it's an hour yoga, but you have to drive, you have to get ready, you have to drive there, take the class, drive back, take a shower. So you're taking a chunk of time. So the benefit for me was to take a chunk of time every day. At first, it was really driving me nuts. Like, somebody, we were building a network marketing business. I have another business like you do as well. And my business is, I call it bridging, as a coaching business. So I thought, I'm not going to be available. It's like not showing up to the operation, right? But guess what? Everybody survived. And I felt really better. So for the last year, we have taken this really seriously and put it into our life and said, this hour, 2 hours, 2.5 hours, it takes a chunk. That's going to be what we do. And then, of course, it's a year. So you can't go every day for a year. It's just not sustainable. And then we said, okay, well, we'll walk and we'll go to yoga and we'll do this and we'll go to yoga. And then I got a bright idea. I thought, hey, why don't I take some personal time? Why don't I do something strictly personal, non-related? And exercise is part of my day, but it's something else. So I started to take other chunks of time. And like you said, I started to feel better. I mean, one day I slept in. I think my husband was checking my breathing. Like, what? Because I told myself I was going to sleep in. So I started to do these things for myself, like sleeping in. I don't sleep at any time other than the night to the morning. Like, I don't close my eyes or take power naps. I think of great ideas, but I just don't know how to do that. Taking some exercise, yoga, and then going and doing something that I truly want to do. It does recharge me. It was a tough battle for me to accept that this was important. I know it's important. I can tell people it's important, but I was really concerned about my authenticity and my integrity to not be able to do that. So the last year I decided I need to tell myself and take that advice and do it. So yes, I do feel better. And if you can take a holiday, absolutely unplug. And if there are ways that you can take those steps to learn how to unplug during the course of the day, take a walk, unplug. Yes, you can take a walk and you can talk and work at the same time. You can. That's super. You can be an octopus, but you can also take a break from everything. And I don't mean take a break like I'm on a break, I can't do that, but purposefully, mindfully tell yourself what you're going to do and do that, not aimlessly walk around. So if you're going to cook or you're going to bake or you're going to take a walk or swim, I actually decided to do a little bit of that as well. You can't do anything when you're in a pool. Like, you are totally off duty. You're in a pool, right? Or the beach or whatever. So I think all of this really helps keep us accountable. And if you're listening and you're building a business, or we're building network marketing businesses, now the concept of having free time, and Laurie, I would love us to both speak about this. We're in a business that you have free time, but you need time to devote to the business in order to get the free time. And sometimes people are not sure what that means. Well, are you working? Are you getting paid? Are you supposed to be doing that? That is another training altogether. But the on again, off again inconsistency is what will kill a plan, whether it's your plan for health, your plan for business, or your plan to recharge your body. If you're on again, off again, good luck with that. But if you can sustain a trip a year, a trip every 3 months, 5 minutes a day, 10 minutes a day, pick something and stick to it, you will recharge the benefits of recharging your soul. You will recharge your soul, your body, your mind, and you'll come back even stronger. What do you think, Laurie?
Yeah, absolutely. I totally agree. And yeah, there's so many things that you can do. There's like, if you can't go away for 8 days, or you do need those, daily things, you can do that. You can go for a walk in the park. You can go for a drive. You can, just even go in your bedroom, tell your kids you're taking a shower and go hide in the closet, whatever you want to do. There's so many things you can do to find ways to just kind of stop and unplug. For me, the cruise was easy, and it was great because I couldn't use my phone. It was unavailable to me, right? So that was one way to cut me off. And I did have the Wi-Fi, but I made a promise and a vow to myself that that's my time. And I chose to stick to that. And it was hard. Believe me, I promise it was hard. I thought so many times, both my parents are entrepreneurs, and I was brought up in an entrepreneur household. And when I was 14, I remember being in high school and working 2 full-time jobs, not because I had to, but because I wanted to. And my parents figured, why not let her? Because if she's doing that, she's not getting in trouble with a lot of the other teenagers, right? But that just kind of built in that, workaholic mentality into me. And one of my mom's favorite sayings was, if you're awake, you're to be productive and profitable. And, and so I've always kind of had that mentality, we don't raise lazy people. If you're not doing something, you're not being productive or profitable, right? So you need to be doing. And so I would always have a hard time of just stopping, or not doing 15 things at one time. And so the same thing, I'm not one of those that do the nap things. And so, I think it's great if people do and they want to fit that in that way, and that's the way that they choose their time, that's wonderful. But I can't do that either. Once I'm awake, I'm awake. And once I'm in bed, though, I'm in bed.
Right. Right.
So I also don't get up and check my phone in the middle of the night. That's sleep time. That's the same thing. That's my downtime.
Right. It's for you. And if you're watching this training tonight and you're wondering, well, I don't know if I can do that, I'll give you a tip. One of my tips is help someone else to take some me time. So if I'm helping someone else to take some time for themselves, it means that I'm doing something for them. And if I'm doing it for them, I need to do it mindfully. So I'm not going to do it for them and still be doing something for me. So give a gift of time to someone else. Let them do what they need to do. And in that moment, you will be out of the moment that you're in. And then you're probably going to say to yourself, hey, maybe I should do that for me too. So give of yourself to someone else so that you can take yourself out of the, some people call it a rat race, and some people call it the hamster wheel. Whatever it is that you're in and that you're doing, if building into your system isn't to, sit and have a cup of tea or read a book or take a walk or do something for yourself, then consider doing that. It's really important for you to have longevity in your life, in your business. Laurie and I are executives with Send Out Cards, and we do run and operate other businesses as well. So we do need to be really sharp when we're working, because you don't want to get us halfway there. You want us at our best. Otherwise, what's the point? And for us as well, we don't want to waste our time when we're doing something. We can be doing something, or we could be doing nothing. And as much as that seems like, really? Yes, because doing nothing is how we're going to be able to take the benefit and recharge our soul. So I'm an advocate for what you just did, Laurie. I think that's awesome. I definitely keep it in my daily schedule so that I don't get into that overdrive mode of not knowing when to stop, or appearing to someone that I'm just so busy that I don't have time for them. And if it is my downtime, I'm not shy to say I'm not available, or that's not really the best use of my time. So, thank you, but no thank you. And this is an awesome training, Laurie. It really is. I'm going to watch this again, because we need to remind ourselves, right? We need to totally make that focus of taking the 8 days and going somewhere and unplugging. I've never been on a cruise. I admire you for what you're doing and how you did it. And I really want to hear all the details. I'm going to look at your pictures all over again.
Well, we're already planning for next year, so you can go with us.
Okay. All right. Good. There you go. If I want to do it, there it is. If you want something, you think about it. After you think about it, put it out on the table, and then someone will help that come true. Your subconscious will bring it to you. Well, this is a great, great way to spend our time, Laurie. Let's plan some of that, me time, recharge our soul, and let's hear from our audience. Let's hear what you do to recharge your soul. What are the benefits of it? Do you feel that there are benefits to recharging your soul? I do, and I'd love to hear what you do and how you do it, because I'm certainly new to this. And when I say new to this, I mean we've been the way we are for a really long time. So when you go to change your habit, it doesn't happen overnight. And to stay on track, we need to build a community. So give us some of your ideas and we'll share some back.
Yeah, absolutely. And I wanted to say one thing before we close too, is what you made me think of too is, when you help someone else too, a lot of times, so like on this cruise, there were 6 of us, and all of us are business owners. And so the same thing, we all told each other our plans. And so we helped each other to stay on track, to stay unplugged and do what we were supposed to do, of having fun and relaxing and regenerating, and that was it too. So sometimes, it might be that, say you have a friend or business partner that says the same thing. They need to unplug, they need to regenerate, they need to recharge their soul, but they can't fit it in, or they can't figure it out, or they can't make themselves do it, right? Because I know I struggled with that for a long, long, long time, is just making myself do it. And so go grab them, take them to the gym, take them for a walk, take them shopping, or whatever, and just, nope, you're not allowed to touch your phone, sorry, just help them, right?
Good idea. Yep, exactly. I think that's awesome. So what are we going to do tomorrow? Let's close on this note. Do we have anything planned for tomorrow that will allow us to receive a benefit for unplugging and recharging our soul?
Yeah, so tomorrow, my day is pretty full tomorrow. But I have also, like you did talk about, the yoga, so that is another thing that I have fit into my schedule this year, is going to the gym at least 4 times a week, and actually just taking that time, the same thing of consistently, no matter what, I'm fitting it in. It's going to be 4 days a week. It might not be every day, but it's at least 4 days a week that I take that time. And the same thing, I think about that all the time. Well, it's 20 minutes to drive to the gym, and then you're going to work out. Then you're going to get sweaty. So then you have to come home, and then you have to shower before you can go to your next event or do your next thing, right? So it's not just the hour at the gym or the 2 hours at the gym. It's 4 to 5 hours because you put it all together, right? But the same thing, I've decided that that's an important part, for me too. And so yeah, so I do have gym time tomorrow.
Okay.
As well as lots of calls. So
good. Okay. I have an app with my yoga studio. So I book a class and it goes into my calendar. But tomorrow I'm going to go to my mat at home, because I too have a book day. I have to drive 110 kilometers for one meeting. And so I'll be on the road for lots of time. But I will go to my mat at home. So even if I can't get out to a class or to the gym, which is an elevator button away, I'll go to my mat in my living room or one of the rooms in my house, and I'll do that. So I'm being accountable to you and to our audience for that. And certainly it is something we need to do every day. And don't skip a day, right? Like, don't skip a day and say, oh, I'll wait 3 more months from now, I'm going to go away, and so that's my me time. You might be a little bit too tired to enjoy it. Laurie, these are great tips. Thank you so much for sharing what you did. And a cruise. Okay, something I never did. I'll think about it.
Awesome. Well, thank you. Thanks so much for sharing with me tonight too, and with all of our followers. And like Catherine said, if you think of other ways of how you unplug and recharge your soul, post them below our video in the comments, and help other people to give them ideas, because you might have some great ideas that we haven't thought of, that might help us too. You never know, right?
Absolutely. We definitely read everything you share with us. I'm Catherine Asaro-Myers, and I'm talking to you from Toronto, Ontario, Canada. And I'm awesome to be here. I'm awesome to be here. I feel awesome to be here after listening to you, Laurie. And thank you to my partner, to my Gratitude Girl partner, for working on these trainings with us.
Awesome. Thank you. Yes, I'm Laurie Delk in Nashville, Tennessee, and we will see you next month.